way back in Beijing Olympics, then in London Olympics, and then in Rio Olympics. So you know what happened, friends? Once Usain Bolt was giving an interview, and one of the press reporters asked him a very beautiful question. The question was like this. He actually asked that, Usain, what is the secret behind your success? Because winning gold in 3 consecutive Olympics is not a cakewalk. It's a very difficult task. So what is the secret behind that? So Usain Bolt told him that between every Olympic, there is a time span of 4 years, and 100 meters of race just gets over in 10 seconds. And how you perform in those 10 seconds solely depends upon your passion, your hard work, which you have done in those 4 years. So in case if you win a 10 seconds race, it all depends upon your hard work, which you have done in those 4 years. Just see the ratio, friends. 4 years of hard work and 10 seconds of a race. Don't you think so? That the same thing is going to be applied in your life after 6 months down the line. Your 4 years of engineering and a 10 minutes of an interview. And how will you perform in those 10 minutes of an interview would actually be dependent upon your hard work, your direction, which you have done in those 4 years of engineering. Just see the ratio, just see the proportion. 4 years of engineering and 10 minutes of an interview. You believe me or not, your countdown has already started. And time is just flying like air. 6M has already started. And within few days or few months, right, you don't even know that which company might strike you. So remember one golden rule, friends, from this moment onwards, that talent without discipline is of no use. I repeat, talent without discipline is absolutely of no use. Now the choice is absolutely yours. The ball is in your court. And you have to put your efforts right on the spot if you want to get placed in a good organization. So, you know, this session today is all about telling you few important things which you have to keep in mind for placements, the registration process for placement department, because till this point, we as placement department do not know you, isn't it? Neither I have taught you. And in the 6th semester, I'm going to take your sessions of English aptitude, quant areas, GDs and PI, right? I'll be having my sessions with all of you, right? So this process is just about to begin now. So friends, remember one thing, that whenever you come in contact with placement department, you have to go through a particular channel, right? So let us see what are those things, right? Let me move forward to the other things. Just give me a few minutes, friends. I'm just trying to scroll the slide. Shadab sir, am I audible to you? Shadab sir?
Yes, sir.
Sir, there is a bit problem in the movement of the slide.
Just a minute. Press enter, sir. Press enter.
I am doing that. Students be with me. Yeah, students be with me online itself, right? Okay, so this is the process, friends. You remember, friends, the recruitment process starts with the registration form filling, right? The recruitment forms, rather the registration forms, will be mailed to the placement coordinators and then to the students. Now, who are your placement coordinators? What do they do? I will be explaining you all these things in the other slides. But for the time being, understand one thing, that how will you come in contact with us is through that registration form, which will be mailed to the placement coordinators. And then from placement coordinators, it would be passed on to you. And you are supposed to fill those details about you, about your own self, right? And then those forms come to us, that is the placement department, so that we come to know with whom we are interacting. That means your details like your phone number, mobile number, email ID, your marks of 10th, 12th, if you have taken any cab, we require all those details because we pass on those details to the companies as well. So the first step is there would be a registration form, which will be mailed by us to the placement coordinators and then from those people to you, right? And this process is followed every year, right? Now let us move forward. Now look at this screen, friends. Now this picture speaks volumes. Mistakes students commit while filling the registration forms. Because you know what happens when students fill the registration form, there are some mistakes which they commit, right? And then it becomes a Herculean task for the placement department to contact the student. For an example, sometimes students do not write their emails ID properly and then they complain that we are not receiving any mail from the placement department. And when they contact the placement team, they realize that while filling the form, they did made a mistake in their email ID. That's why, right, the mail is not being received by them. So see that picture on the screen, friends. There is a guy who's cutting a branch, isn't it? In a way, he's putting an X on his own feet. So in case if you do not fill your details properly, then you are solely responsible for that. Okay, now see, this is the orientation session for placements, and this is a pic of that particular registration form which you have to fill, right? Now, what students do is that, see, observe here under the name, there is written God of M. Now, this is the first mistake which students do. What they do is they sometimes they don't even write the full name, whether the person is Gaurav Mehta or Gaurav Mandovra or Gaurav Mehtani, God knows. So please, I request you that you should write your full name, right? And then the other mistake which they do is in the enrollment number. Some of you only write the last four digits, 5628, इतना लिखा और छोड़ दिया, है ना? बाकी तो प्लेसमेंट टीम है ही समझदार, वो तो अपने आप करेक्ट कर ही लेगी. नहीं, इतना ग्रांटेड मत लीजिए चीजों को, right? If there is an enrollment number, please do not write the last four digits, write the complete enrollment number, क्योंकि कई बार ये डिटेल्स कंपनीज को भी फॉरवर्ड होता है, राइट? इंटरनली हम लोग समझ जाएंगे ये क्या चीज है, लेकिन कंपनीज नहीं समझ पाएंगे, अंडरस्टैंड, राइट? देन email ID, please write correct email IDs. Now look here the example. This is a simple example there. Mehta Gaurav 200900. Now could you see there that there are around 6 numericals there? Let me tell you a rule, friends. If you just go through the rules of formal email ID, the rules says that there should not be more than 2 numericals in your email ID. I repeat, there should not be more than 2 numericals in a formal email ID. लोगों को पता ही नहीं होता, तो लोग पूरी डेट ऑफ बर्थ लिख देते हैं, और कई बार डेट ऑफ बर्थ लिखने में गलती भी होती है और मेल किसी और को पहुंच जाता है, फिर स्टूडेंट्स कंप्लेन करते हैं कि हमें मेल नहीं आते. That's why whenever you fill all these details, please, right, do check them twice before you press the enter button, right? Then the mobile number. अब यहाँ बड़ी मजेदार कहानियां होती हैं, मैं आपको बताता हूँ. Now, I want all of you to write your WhatsApp number here. अब WhatsApp number ही क्यों? वो इसलिए फ्रेंड्स, कई बार क्या होता है जब कंपनीज कैंपस में आती हैं तो एग्जाम्पल लेते हैं, मान लीजिए उन्होंने पहले बच्चों का ग्रुप डिस्कशन किया, ठीक है, और अब मुझे उन 100 बच्चों का एक व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप बनाना है, ठीक है। मैं जब बच्चों को ऐड करता हूँ ग्रुप में, तो कई बार जो उनका एक्चुअल मोबाइल नंबर होता है वो आइडेंटिफाई नहीं होता, क्योंकि उनका व्हाट्सएप नंबर अलग है और मोबाइल नंबर अलग है। फिर मैं फोन लगाता हूँ बच्चों को कि यार आई एम नॉट एबल टू ऐड यू इन दैट व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप, व्हाट इज द प्रॉब्लम। फिर वहां से मुझे मालूम पड़ता है, सर दिस इज माय मोबाइल नंबर, माय व्हाट्सएप नंबर इज डिफरेंट, सर दिस इज माय एग्जैक्ट व्हाट्सएप नंबर, राइट। अब मैं उस नंबर को फिर ऐड करूँ। अब आप सोचिए, अगर ऐसे 40 बच्चे हो जाएं मेरे पास में, तो क्या मैं 40 बच्चों को फोन लगाता रहूं और दिन भर ट्रैक करता रहूं कि भैया आपका व्हाट्सएप नंबर क्या है, आपका व्हाट्सएप नंबर क्या है, मुझे टेक्स्ट करो, मुझे बताओ, फिर मैं उनको इनविटेशन भेजूं, ग्रुप में ज्वाइन कराऊं। अंडरस्टैंड दैट what will be my productivity in that case? I'm killing not only my time but the time of the institution as well. So I request you to please mention your WhatsApp number here. और फिर एक चीज और भी होती है, पूरा कोड लिखते हैं स्टूडेंट्स। कुछ लोग जीरो लगा के नंबर लिख देंगे, कुछ लोग 91 लगा के नंबर लिखेंगे कंट्री कोड, कुछ लोग +91 लगाएंगे। मत लगाइए ये सब, आप सिंपली अपना 10 डिजिट नंबर वहां मेंशन कर दीजिए, राइट। ओके, सो इफ आई जस्ट सम अप दिस पर्टिकुलर स्लाइड, राइट, दो तीन चीजें यहाँ पे हम लोगों ने देख ली हैं। राइट योर फुल नेम, write your complete enrollment number, mention your email ID correctly, and mention your WhatsApp number without the country's code. +91910 कुछ मत लगाइए, राइट। और फॉर्म सबमिट करने के पहले एक बार पुनः 2 बार अच्छे से चेक करिएगा। अब देखते हैं इस फॉर्म में आगे क्या क्या आता है। Now look here, date of birth. Please mention it in DD, MM, YYYY format only. Right? Then we would also ask you to mention your percentage of 10th, 12th, Cgpa and all those things. तो स्टूडेंट्स लिखते हैं 7.1 और फिर लिखते हैं Cgpa। जरूरत नहीं है ना अब Cgpa लिखने की, अंडरस्टूड ही हो गया वो 7.1 क्या है। Did you get the point? दूसरा, when you mention your specialization, please do not only write BTech, ब्रैकेट लगा के मेंशन तो कर दो अपना स्पेशलाइजेशन, whether it is CS, whether it is IT, whether it is civil, mechanical, EC, isn't it? और ये बात आप CV में भी ध्यान रखिएगा आपने। खैर, in the times to come, I will be taking your sessions on CV and resume preparation as well, so I will be explaining you all those things. But for the time being, whenever you are filling this form, please understand, write BTech ब्रैकेट में CS, अपनी ब्रांच मेंशन करना मत भूलिएगा, right? So these are some very small inputs which you need to take care whenever you are filling the registration form. आपके डिटेल्स सही होंगे तो आपको टाइमली मेल्स आ जाएंगे, राइट, और आपकी सही इंफॉर्मेशन कंपनी तक भी पास ऑन होगी। और अगर यहाँ पर कुछ गड़बड़ हुई तो फिर अल्टीमेटली इट्स पुटिंग लाइक एन एक्स ऑन योर ओन फीट, राइट। रिमेंबर दैट particular photo which I showed you. Let me move forward now. Now, whenever you are filling this registration form, right, you have to upload your resume also, and that too in a PDF format. I repeat, you have to upload your resume in PDF format only. At the same time, you have to upload your introduction, right, of 60 seconds to 90 seconds. Because ideally, when you go for any interview, right, and the interviewer asks you that introduce yourself. So I have seen that maximum students are only able to talk about themselves in just 20 seconds or 25 seconds, not more than that. But ideally, an interviewer expects you that you would be talking to him for at least 60 seconds about you. And believe me, speaking continuously for 60 seconds about yourself do require some preparation, right? So you have to upload your introduction also, right, in that particular registration form, which we would be mailing it to you. The registration link will be given to the placement coordinators and then it will be forwarded to the students. Placement coordinators आप लोगों के कौन है मैं आपको बताने वाला हूँ अभी next slide में, don't worry about that. The details have to be submitted by the students latest by 15th of Feb 2022. So please mark this deadline in your calendar. That 15th of Feb 2022, right, is that deadline before which you have to submit your details in the link which we will be providing to you via your placement coordinators, right? और उसके पहले मैं आपका CV का एक सेशन ले ही लूंगा, so don't worry about that. So 15th of February 2022, right? Remember that date. Now, as I told you that on the basis of this data, TNP cell calls you, email you. So this data has lots of importance because this is that data which acts as a point of contact, right, between you and TNP cell. So fill your details very correctly, as I told you already. Students complain they do not receive proper emails or any type of communication from the placement cell. और अगर ऐसी कोई query आती है कि आपको properly mails receive नहीं हो रहे हैं, right? या आपका email ID incorrect है, so there is a point of contact to whom you should talk, and he is Mr. Neeraj Raghuvanshi. Please note down his name, note down his email ID, note down his mobile number as well, because there will be a couple of instances, right? So if there is anything regarding this, कि सर मेल्स नहीं आ रहे, कुछ इनकरेक्ट डेटा है, कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स आ रही है फॉर्म फिलिंग में, so the correct person to talk to is Mr. Neeraj Raghuvanshi, the placement cell. His email ID is crp@swp.edu.in and his mobile number is mentioned there. I hope you're noting down all these things. So there is one question from Jatin that before 15th of Feb, we have to submit everything like resume notation. Absolutely yes, right? So today is 22nd. I think you have around 18, 19 days with you. There is a lot of time, Jatin. And we'll be having a session of CV preparation before that. So don't worry. I hope things are clear till this point. So let me move. Yeah, in video format only. You have to submit your introduction in video format. That will take care, don't worry about it. Okay, let's move. Now, the placement coordinators for CS. You should know at least to whom you have to talk to, isn't it? Right? Dr. Saurabh Sharma, his email ID is saurabh.sharma@swp.edu.in and Drupadi Bhartiya madam, right? Our mobile number and email ID is also mentioned. These are the placement coordinators for computer science, friends, right? Information would be mailed to your placement coordinators. Any type of communication which does happen, it goes through your placement coordinators. And if you have any query, any doubts, so in that way also you have to contact your placement coordinators first, right? So you have to follow the Anji sir.
प्लेसमेंट कोऑर्डिनेटर में रूपाली दवे मैडम का नाम आएगा,
ओके,
बच्चों को बता देना कि उसमें करेक्शन करना है.
ओके सर, ठीक है सर, आई विल टेक केयर ऑफ दैट. Okay, let me move forward.
Sir, only for just a click.
Okay, Shadab sir, I'm doing that. Oh.
Click, sir, click only.
I'm doing that, sir. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Shadab sir.
Okay, sir.
For any query regarding placement, coordinators have to be contacted first. Yes, friends, you have to understand that you have to maintain and respect the hierarchy out there, because there are so many students, right? It becomes very difficult for placement cell to even identify, right? So it would be better if you have any query, please drop an email, right, or WhatsApp to your placement coordinators, right? Raise your queries to them, and then they would be contacting us. Because when the queries come from a particular placement or from a placement coordinator, it becomes very systematic and proper to address those things. So please, you have to learn to respect the hierarchy. See, tomorrow onwards, when you will be working in any organization as well, you cannot directly go and mail to your project manager, isn't it? You have to follow hierarchy, isn't it? You'll be mailing to your team leader, and then team leader would be raising, right, your further questions to his superior out there. So there has to be a certain system, a certain methodology, a certain channel. So please understand that your point of contact are your placement coordinators first, and then they would be raising queries to us, which we would certainly address. So I've already told you this point. Your first point of contact has to be your placement coordinators. Now, students sometimes say that placement coordinators don't pick up calls. Friends, understand, they might be busy in some work, they might be having some sessions out there, or they might be having some other administrative duties out there, could be anything out there. So don't panic, friends, right? Drop them an email, drop them an WhatsApp, right? Give some time to them as well. And do WhatsApp communication only when it is extreme, when a certain deadline is approaching, right? And if there is no response, then it is preferred to go for a WhatsApp communication. Otherwise, I would say that email would be best in that way. But the one more thing is there, be proactive, students. Don't expect companies to give you a week's time of intimation. ऐसा बहुत बार हुआ है, आपके सीनियर्स भी कई बार कहते हैं कि सर वो मेल हमको कंपनी का एक दिन पहले ही आया, 2 दिन पहले ही आया। ऐसा कई बार होता है फ्रेंड्स। होता ये है फ्रेंड्स कि कई बार कंपनीज भी हम लोगों को बहुत लास्ट मोमेंट भी बताती है। कई बार होता है कि हमको आज मॉर्निंग में मेल आता है और हमसे कहा जाता है कि सर हम परसों के दिन या कल में ही इंटरव्यूज रखना चाहते हैं। So now, friends, you have to come out of those cozy, comfortable corridors of your college, and you have to come into cruel, challenging corners of the corporate. Understand that thing. थोड़ा सा प्रोएक्टिव हो जाइए फ्रेंड्स, राइट? ऐसा होगा और कई बार होगा कि आपको आज मेल आया और आपको मालूम पड़ा कि आपको 5 बजे शाम को, राइट, उसके पहले आपको सीवी अपलोड करना है और बाकी डिटेल्स देनी है। आप कितने भी बिजी हो, कंपनी को इस चीज से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, right? If you are not there, there are other people also who are ready to give the interview. So be proactive, right? अब आप दूध पीते बच्चे नहीं रहे, right? आप 6 सेमेस्टर में हो, मैच्योर हो, ऐसा हम एज्यूम कर रहे हैं और हमें लगता है कि हम सही एज्यूम कर रहे हैं। Okay, now friends, you should also know that ultimately बाकी टीम में कौन-कौन लोग हैं और उनके क्या-क्या रोल्स हैं, right? Well, we have respected Director Sir, Corporate Relations and Placement, Mr. Mahendra Pratap Singh Sir, right? His email ID is mentioned, his phone number is also mentioned. For training purpose, even for placement coordination, I am there, Dr. Gaurav Srivastav. My email ID is mentioned out there along with my phone number. We also have Mr. Rakesh Chaturvedi with us, right? Whose email ID and phone number is mentioned out there. We also have Professor Lalit Bhavrela sir with us from EC department, right? Who is usually very active and very profoundly involved in TCS drive and its coordination. So his mobile number is mentioned here as well, along with his email ID. So you should know ultimately that who are, क्योंकि आपको मैं honestly बताऊं, students को पता ही नहीं होता कि placement team में उनके placement director कौन है। अरे ये तो, बट नो डाउट आप लोगों को इतना तो अंदर से इंटरेस्ट होना चाहिए कि आप खुद देखें समझें क्या चीजें हैं। इतना अनअवेयर होके हम कैसे बढ़ेंगे फ्रेंड्स लाइफ में? So please mention, you should know right? The people of placement department as well. That's why we have mentioned their mobile numbers and their email ID as well. Mahendra sir, am I audible to you? Are you there, sir? Mahendra sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Okay, Mahendra sir, would you like to, speak anything, sir?
Yeah,
At this point.
first you complete this presentation, then I will speak.
Okay, sir. Certainly, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Okay, now it is a very important thing to talk about students' attitude, जो हम लोग कई बार face. Placement cell, usually friends, you know what happens? Whenever a company hits the campus, right? We have to know that how many students are interested to appear in that particular company's recruitment process. जब कोई कंपनी आती है कैंपस में तो हम लोग को ये मालूम करना पड़ता है ना कि किसी कंपनी के लिए कितने बच्चे इंटरेस्टेड हैं. So what is the procedure behind that? We generate a registration link and we pass on that registration link along with the company's details, that is the JD, the job description, along with their package details and all the terms and clauses. So that information reaches to the student, and students are supposed to register on that link, which shows their interest, their inclination to be the part of that company's recruitment process. ठीक है? तो होता क्या पता है आपको? Students do register themselves, but the number of students are very less, almost half many a times in the actual pre-presentation talk, the pre-placement talk of the company. जरा आप सोच सकते हो कितना embarrassing होता है ये TNP सेल्स के लिए. थोड़ा सोच के देखिए आप. 100 लोग मान लीजिए रजिस्टर कराते हैं, हमारे पास में 100 लोग का डेटा आता है. हम उस 100 लोगों के डेटा को कंपनी को पास कर देते हैं. कंपनी को भी लगता है चलो 100 बच्चों ने एक इंटरेस्ट दिखाया अटेंड करने के लिए, और जब एक्चुअल प्री प्लेसमेंट टॉक होती है तो मालूम पड़ा 40 बच्चे बैठे. फिर वो एचआर हमसे पूछता है सर क्या हुआ, 100 बच्चे थे सर 40 ही आए. कितना एम्बेरसिंग होता है ये हम लोग को उनको जवाब देना. इस टाइप का अनप्रोफेशनलिज्म अब नहीं चलेगा. मार्क माय वर्ड्स फ्रेंड्स, because it becomes very embarrassing for us, right, in the offline campus also and in the online campus also. And we as placement cell along with Mahendra sir, we have handled this situation numerous times. अगर आप हमारी जगह बैठ के देखें और एचआर को आंसर्स दें उस टाइम, तो आपको समझ में आएगा कितना मुश्किल होता है जवाब देना. और आपको इस चीज को समझना पड़ेगा फ्रेंड्स. अगर आपने रजिस्टर कराया है, राइट, तो आपको एटलीस्ट प्री प्रेजेंटेशन, प्री जो उनका प्लेसमेंट टॉक है वो तो अटेंड करना ही पड़ेगा. और प्लेसमेंट सेल अटेंडेंस लेगा फ्रेंड्स. और अगर आप एब्सेंट हुए रजिस्ट्रेशन कराने के बाद में, तो आपके अगेंस्ट हो सकता है कुछ, आपको समझ सकते हो सकता है हम आपको 2 या 3 कंपनी से डिबार भी कर दें, आने वाली 2 कंपनीज में बैठने ना दें. क्योंकि अगर आपने इंटरेस्ट दिखाया है तो एटलीस्ट आप पीपीटी अटेंड तो करिए ही. अटेंडेंस हम लोग लेंगे और जो एब्सेंटीज होंगे विल शूट देम अ मेल, विल पेनलाइज देम. मैं अभी से वार्न कर रहा हूं. इट बिकम्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर अस, राइट. हाँ, पीपीटी आप अटेंड कर लो, आप फिर डिसाइड कर लो फ्रेंड्स कि आपको अटेंड करना है आगे के राउंड्स की नहीं, वो फिर भी समझ में आता है, राइट. और अगर, अच्छा एक चीज और, इफ यू गेट योरसेल्फ रजिस्टर्ड देन यू मस्ट अटेंड द पीपीटी. जो मैंने आपको बताया, मैं आगे बढ़ता हूँ, रुकेगा. अब ये पॉइंट देखिए जरा, मैं अपनी बात को आगे बढ़ा रहा हूँ. इन पीपीटी यू नो व्हाट हैपेंस, कंपनीज करती क्या है, दे यूजुअली शेयर देयर C2C, जो आपका पैकेज होता है कॉस्ट टू कंपनी. कोई बॉन्ड हो तो वो चीज कंपनी आपको बताती है, टर्म्स एंड कंडीशंस बताती है, कंपनी की प्रोफाइल बताती है, जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन आपको बताती है. Listen and understand each and every clause very meticulously. Meticulously यानी बड़े ध्यान से. And then take a firm decision whether you wish to attend the entire recruitment process or not. मैं आपको बताऊं ये बात क्यों कह रहा हूं. कंपनी ने प्री प्लेसमेंट टॉक में बता दिया ऑलरेडी कि भैया 2 साल का बॉन्ड है, ठीक है. स्टूडेंट ने सुना, बिल्कुल ठीक है सर, बॉन्ड है, बढ़िया, राइट। नेक्स्ट राउंड ग्रुप डिस्कशन है, ठीक है, आपने वो क्लियर किया। उसके बाद वाला राउंड रिटर्न राउंड था, आपने वो भी क्लियर कर लिया। आप फर्स्ट टेक्निकल इंटरव्यू में आ गए, आपने वो भी क्लियर कर लिया। अब आप लास्ट एचआर इंटरव्यू में आके कंपनी को बोलते हो दैट सर आई कैन नॉट साइन द बॉन्ड फॉर 2 years। व्हाट इज दिस? सोचिए आप थोड़ा सा, आपको समझ में आ रहा है कंपनी ने आपके ऊपर कितना टाइम और कॉस्ट ऑलरेडी इन्वेस्ट कर दिया। अरे आप जीडी में बैठे, आपका जीडी दिया, नहीं करना था आपको बॉन्ड साइन, तो क्यों बैठे जीडी में, क्यों बैठे टेक्निकल टेस्ट में, क्यों बैठे टेक्निकल 1 इंटरव्यू राउंड में? आप लास्ट राउंड में आके मना कर देते हो। माय गॉड, कितना बुरा होता है फ्रेंड्स। पूरा सुनना पड़ता है हम लोग को एचआर से, कैसे हैं आपके यहाँ के बच्चे ऐसा करते हैं। मैं कंपनी के नाम नहीं ले रहा हूँ, अभी मैं बच्चों के नाम नहीं ले रहा हूँ, आपको 5 एग्जाम्पल्स अभी हाथ बता सकता हूँ कौन, आप जानते भी हो उनमें से कुछ को, तो कोई नई बात नहीं है। So please, once you commit yourself, then please commit yourselves 100%. And in case if you have got selected, we will treat you as placed. हाँ, अगर आप सिलेक्ट हो गए तो हम तो मानेंगे कि आप प्लेस्ड हो गए हैं, फिर आपको आने वाली कंपनीज के मेल्स मिलना ऑटोमेटिकली बंद हो जाएंगे। इसे बहुत सोच समझ के ही फ्रेंड्स आप डिसीजन लीजिएगा, है ना। लोग अपने फ्रेंड्स की बातों में पीयर प्रेशर में आके हाँ भर देते हैं, फिर इंटरव्यू में पहुंचते हैं, फिर वहाँ नई कहानी स्टार्ट हो जाती है। एंड द एंटायर प्रेशर फाइनली कम्स डाउन टू अस एज अ यूनिवर्सिटी। The name of the university in front of the corporates also goes down the drain because of lack of professionalism. So please ensure that. Now one more thing, once the student is placed, the second chance to appear in any other company will be given only when all the students are placed. अब ऐसा इसलिए friends, because as a university, right, it is our foremost duty, responsibility and accountability to place all the students, to give chance to every student, right? So please understand this point very well. मैं आज clear कर रहा हूँ इस point को। One more thing friends, आपको पता है प्लेसमेंट सेल आपसे फ्रीक्वेंटली आपके सीवीज बीच बीच में मांगता रहेगा। होगा ऐसा क्यों? क्योंकि आपके सीवीज भी अपडेट होते हैं। अभी आप राइट 15 फेब के पहले सीवी दे देंगे, हो सकता है कोई कंपनी 6 सेमेस्टर के बाद में आए, उस वक्त आपके 6 सेमेस्टर के मार्क्स भी तो ऐड होंगे ना, आपका सीवी भी तो अपडेट होगा, राइट। बीच बीच में ऐसा होगा फ्रेंड्स, हम आपसे सीवीज मांगेंगे किसी स्पेसिफिक कंपनीज के लिए, राइट। तो देखिएगा क्या गलतियां करते हैं स्टूडेंट्स इस वक्त। लोग हमको सीवीज बेचते हैं और देखिए क्या लिखते हैं, रेज्यूम है, फाइल का नाम है रेज्यूम है। अरे बाप रे, समझ में ही नहीं आता किसका रेज्यूम है, कहां से आया भैया रेज्यूम है। कुछ लिखते हैं रेज्यूम में अपडेटेड, हे भगवान, कौन सा रेज्यूम है भैया, अपडेट किया क्या क्या, नाम तो बताओ। सीवी ट्रांसफॉर्म, लुक एट द टर्मिनोलॉजी, लेटेस्ट वन सीवी। अरे बाप रे बाप, आप सोच के देखिएगा, महेंद्र सर ने, आपके डायरेक्टर ने सीवी मंगवाए, मैंने आपके सीवीज मंगाए, 100 सीवीज आए और ऐसे टाइटल से आए, मेरा पूरा इनबॉक्स भरा पड़ा है, मुझे समझ में नहीं आता क्या चल रहा है, ये कौन सा सीवी है, कौन है इसके अंदर, क्या सीवी है, क्या करा है, क्या नाम है, रिज्यूमे करेक्टेड, अपडेटेड रेज्यू, ये एक ऐसा सीवी आया था मेरे पास। और लेटेस्ट में तो मैं आपको बताता हूँ, आपको मजा आ जाएगा सुन के, म्यूटेटेड सीवी। बाप रे बाप, आई वाज एक्चुअली मतलब मैं हंसने लगा कि मैं रोने लगा, मुझे समझ में नहीं आया, म्यूटेटेड सीवी, म्यूटेटेड कोरोना तो सुना था, म्यूटेटेड सीवी भी आया मेरे पास। उसको तो इस फाइल को खोलने में डर लग रहा था, क्या पता मुझे कोई कोविड नहीं हो जाए, क्या बात की बात है, राइट। बट अंडरस्टैंड कि ऐसे आते हैं फ्रेंड्स हमारे पास में सीवी। तो भैया अगर हम आपसे सीवी मांग रहे हैं किसी कंपनी में, तो एटलीस्ट कुछ तो आप उसका नॉमेनक्लेचर सही तरीके से लिखिए ताकि हमको समझ में आए एग्जैक्टली। तो उसका एक तरीका होता है फ्रेंड्स, देयर हैज टू बी अ करेक्ट वे, दिस इज इट। राधिका गुप्ता, _btech _cs_s_p। अब इसका एक और कारण है फ्रेंड्स, ये जो आपकी फाइल का नाम होगा इसको नोट कर लेना भैया, बार बार नहीं बताऊंगा मैं। और अगर मुझे ऐसे सीवी मिले करेक्टेड रिज्यूमे ट्रांसफॉर्म, तो मैं तो ओपन ही नहीं करूंगा और उन सीवी को फॉरवर्ड भी नहीं करूंगा। मुझको इस पर्टिकुलर तरीके से चाहिए आपकी सीवी का जो फोल्डर का, आपकी जो फाइल का नाम होगा पीडीएफ का, राइट। अब एस्टिबल भी क्यों, आपको पता है क्यों फ्रेंड्स? अब आप थोड़ा सा इमेजिन करो एचआर के एंगल से, तो ये भी तो सोचो थोड़ा सा। उस एचआर को एस्टिबल भी से कुछ सीवीज आ रहे हैं, कुछ सीवीज एक्रोपोलिस से आ रहे होंगे, कुछ सीवीज किसी और कॉलेज से आ रहे होंगे, जीएसआईटीएस से आ रहे होंगे, राइट। तो उस एचआर के लिए भी तो कितना अच्छा हो जाएगा जब उसको मालूम पड़ेगा अच्छा एस्टिबल भी का सीवी है। ओके, ठीक है, उनके लिए भी तो आसान होगा ना, हमारे लिए भी अच्छा हो जाएगा, बहुत क्लैरिटी हमको रहेगी। वरना फिर म्यूटेटेड सीवी, अपडेटेड रिज्यूमे, एसएमएस 100 सीवी भेज दो किसी भी एचआर को, तो बेचारी या बेचारा पागल हो जाएगी, क्या है ये, राइट। सो प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, देयर हैज टू बी अ करेक्ट वे एंड दिस इज द करेक्ट वे, राइट। इसलिए इस पे सील लगा दी मैंने आप, ठीक है। चलो आगे बढ़ो। Now one more thing, there is a specific format of the CV as per the university, right? Because what happens is we have been receiving the feedback from the companies and we know what companies expect in an ideal CV. So in that format, we have tried to incorporate all those things. Still, I'm telling you that there is no hard and fast rule to follow that format. पर हमारी एक कंसर्न है, हमारी एक कंडीशन है, अगर आप सीवी हमें किसी और फॉर्मेट में देते हैं तो फिर कंडीशन हमारी ये है कि वो सीवी एटलीस्ट प्रेजेंटेबल हो। लोग क्या करते हैं, ब्लू कलर, येलो कलर, रेड कलर, बाप रे, मल्टी कलर सीवी बना के भेजते हैं मुझे, मैं घबरा जाता हूँ। दैट अल्टीमेटली शुड हैव फॉरवर्ड दैट सीवी टू I'll address the questions in the end. Saurabh, I'll address your questions in the end. Don't worry. Right? I could see that there are some questions there in Q&A. We'll address those questions in the end. Right? So please, there has to be a specific format ultimately. हाँ, अगर आप कोई format use करते हैं तो at least format इस तरीके का हो कि उसमें information inadequate ना हो, information इतनी complete तो दिखे ultimately कि कंपनी को पढ़ के समझ में आ जाए आप कौन है, क्योंकि ऐसे बहुत सारे templates available हैं, आप देखिएगा, राइट। और बहुत गॉडी, बहुत शोई टेम्पलेट्स भी अच्छे लगते हैं, अट्रैक्टिव लगते हैं, लेकिन कई बार उनमें एडिक्वेट इन्फॉर्मेशन होती ही नहीं है। फिर हमें कंपनी के एचआर का फोन आता है कि सर उसमें इन्होंने तो ये परसेंटेज मेंशन ही नहीं करे, सर स्ट्रेंथ तो है ही नहीं। So we will be giving you that university format, go through it, and you are free to choose your own format, but ensure that the format which you choose should have adequate information and at the same time it must be presentable, है ना। कोई रंगोली बना के बढ़िया चित्रकारी करके ऐसा सीवी नहीं देना है हमको, इट्स अ फॉर्मल डॉक्यूमेंट। एंड व्हाट इज योर सीवी, बिलीव इट, सीवी इज एक्चुअली योर पर्सनैलिटी ऑन अ पीस ऑफ पेपर। A CV is a reflection of your past endeavors, your present pursuits, and your future things. So all these things are clubbed in a CV, isn't it? So it's a professional document and certain amount of professionalism has to be maintained. So ये बात आप ध्यान रखिएगा। Well, I'll be taking your CV sessions in the times to come, right? And I'll be explaining you all those things about that. Okay, ये कुछ कंपनीज का नाम है, right? बहुत सारी कंपनीज के नाम थे, हम लोगों ने कुछ नाम ले लिए हैं, right? जो यूजुअली कैंपस में हमेशा विजिट करती ही हैं। You can see there on the screen, right? Just go through them. I think you must have seen all those things, right? So friends, this is from my side. And now I would hand over to Mahendra sir to address the session further. Mahendra sir, it's all yours now.
Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
बराबर आ रही है आवाज?
Yes, sir, sure.
Okay. Students, your campus drive will start sometime in July 2022. Okay, so we have taken this session so that you start preparing for the campus drive. Because now what has happened after pandemic, all the campus drives are online, and which has given access to the companies to reach out to many students. Okay, so competition has become tough. Now, for the same job, more number of students are competing. So you need to be very well prepared, very well prepared. इसीलिए अगर आज से प्रिपरेशन चालू करोगे तो you will have a comfortable life, है ना? It always gives a good feeling when you get placed. आपको बहुत अच्छा लगता है कि चलो I studied for 4 years, okay, and now finally I am placed. So as far as your purpose of study is concerned, it is served, and there is a tremendous pressure on the students who are not getting placed. कि इतनी सब मेहनत करी, सब कुछ किया, फिर पता चला कि मेरा प्लेसमेंट ही नहीं हो रहा है. So what we have found out from our experience, you don't get placed only if you are not prepared. So start your preparation from today. That's why this session is there. Now you are CSIT students, है ना? This year
Sir, it is
TCS
CS now. It is currently CS students are there.
Okay, CS student. Okay.
Right, sir.
This year TCS has recruited about 220 students, and Wipro has recruited about 270 students. Okay. So I don't think that you should not get placed. If these two companies are recruiting in this large number, then if you don't get placed, then you have to blame yourself, है ना? और सब बच्चों की प्रॉब्लम कहाँ आती है? वो प्रोग्राम सर रन नहीं करा मेरा, थोड़ा कोडिंग में ऐसा हो गया. अभी सीएस के स्टूडेंट होने के बाद अगर कोडिंग और प्रोग्रामिंग ही नहीं आएगा तो भाई you have taken CS. So if you find that you are still weak in your programming or coding, then start preparing from today. At least C, C++, Java, जो भी जो simple languages होता है, at least आपको आनी चाहिए. Company is not looking for very high technical inputs from your end, but definitely basic concepts तो आपके clear होने चाहिए. So you start preparing from today. Don't wait for tomorrow. ठीक है? Then second important thing is communication skill. If you feel that your communication skill is not up to the mark, then please improve. Please improve. तीसरी बात, जब आप resume बनाते हो, you make sure that you are able to put in lot of projects or technical skills or some certification in your resume. खाली आप कॉलेज से पढ़ा हुआ होगा तो काम चलेगा नहीं बेटे, सिलेक्शन नहीं होगा आपका, है ना? तो अभी आप कोई फ्री सर्टिफिकेशन होता है या कोई at a lesser cost, if some certifications are there, please do it. You take up projects. जब भी आपको कोई projects मिलते हैं तो आप projects take up कीजिएगा, है ना? Develop your technical skills so that you can put all those things in your resume. Your resume should be different from other students, है ना? Otherwise एक जैसा होगा, then the competition becomes tough. So these things are very, very important. And now when the recruitment process has gone online, most of the major problems some of the best students have faced is the internet connection. Have a good internet connection at your place. अभी आप टेस्ट दे रहे हो टीसीएस का, विप्रो या एक्सवाईजेड कोई भी कंपनी का, और सपोज सडनली योर इंटरनेट कनेक्शन इज नॉट देयर, आप मोबाइल यूज कर रहे हो, कुछ कर रहे हो, एंड यू आर नॉट एबल टू कंप्लीट योर टेस्ट, यू आर आउट. यू मे बी ए वेरी ब्रिलियंट स्टूडेंट, आपको सब कुछ आता है, आपको प्रोग्रामिंग आती है, आपको कोडिंग आती है, लॉजिक आता है, एप्टीट्यूड भी अच्छा हो गया, कम्युनिकेशन स्किल भी अच्छी है, बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली बिकॉज your internet has not worked, you will not be able to complete the test and you are out of the placement process. So make sure that you have a good internet connection at home. नहीं है तो आप ले लीजिएगा. And have either a desktop or a laptop. Only attempt your test only through those devices. Don't take up your test from mobile. Okay, probably you will lose some of the golden opportunities. Don't do that. Don't make those mistakes. I hope I'm very clear. So how do you start your preparation? Now there is one website, Internshala website है वहाँ पे, अभी से register कीजिए. You register today. Internshala website में क्या होता है? You will get internship opportunities and placement opportunities. These internship opportunities are all online. So you did not have to go out of your house. You did not have to go out of your house to take up internship, and this internship comes to you only through selection process. So that means that you will get a good internship, and with this internship this will help you to like improve your resume. You can put all those things into your resume. So first website where you need to register is Internshala. Second website where you need to register is First Naukri. First Naukri website से आपको बहुत सारी रिक्रूटमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटीज आपको मिलेगी, है ना, तो आप उस पर रजिस्टर कीजिएगा. एंड लाइक आई वाज सजेस्टिंग इम्प्रूविंग योर CV through projects, technical skills, internship, maybe certification. You can also do some courses from NPTEL. That also you can include in your CV. There is another website called Great Learning, है ना, उस पर भी register कीजिए. You will get lot of opportunities for placement. These all three websites which I have spoken about for internship and placement, they are all free of cost as of now, है ना. So रजिस्टर कर लीजिए, आपका पैसा नहीं लगेगा और आपकी स्किल्स भी इंप्रूव होगी. देयर इज अनदर वेबसाइट कॉल्ड saylor.org, saylor.org. उसमें we are registered, so you can do some of the courses from there, also certification courses. This website has got many international universities also, and they are also offering their courses from saylor.org, and this is also free of cost. We are registered. You will get a certification from certification in the area of information technology and certification in the area of management, communication skill, English learning. All those things are also available, so you can do that also. Yes, other details have already been shared by Dr. Gaurav Srivastava, and
Mahendra sir,
yeah.
There is one question out there that can you please repeat the websites for internship raised by Jatin?
Okay, ठीक है. First is Internshala, second is First Naukri, and third is Great Learning. And they can do some of the courses from NPTEL. And another important thing is that the students should also start registering at Infosys website, InfiTQ. Shortly in the month of February, this InfiTQ examinations will be held, and this I think registration link is open up till the month of January only. InfiTQ. See, the great opportunity that you have with InfiTQ is that there is no eligibility criteria, and if you perform well, you get a very high starting package also. So InfiTQ is the website of information Infosys. आज ही register करना बेटे. If you miss this, then you will find suddenly one day you will come and say, oh sir, वो मेरा InfiTQ का तो रह गया. And you start missing like this, then nobody can help you बेटा. एक बार time निकल गया, last date निकल गई, then nobody will be able to help you कि आप क्या कर सकते हो, क्या नहीं कर सकते हो, है ना? So आप आज ही रजिस्टर करना है इसमें, ठीक है? बाकी सब डिटेल अपना गौरव सर ने शेयर कर दी आपके साथ, और like we have said that link, we will share the link with the placement coordinator that will come to you. You please ensure that you fill up all your details very correctly. 4 बार before submitting, check 4 times whether you have filled in all your data correctly. ठीक है? Otherwise, later on you will have a lot of problems. If any information is incorrect, we will not entertain you. We will not consider you for any information, placement, this, that, nothing, you know? So make sure that you do everything correctly. Please check that. Get yourself mentally prepared for placement, because आप सब लोग पढ़ इसीलिए रहे हो, है ना? आप सब पढ़ इसीलिए रहे हो कि आप अच्छी तरह से प्लेस्ड हो जाओ, so that your goal of study is over, है ना? So work hard in that direction. You have got 6 months to prepare. फिर बेटे TCS निकल गई, विप्रो निकल गई, इन्फोसिस निकल गई, फिर सर student keep on asking, sir आप कौन सी कंपनी आएगी, आप कौन सी कंपनी आएगी? Don't wait for asking that question, है ना? The first opportunity that you are getting, get into the company, and to get placed in TCS and Wipro and Infosys is the easiest. If you don't get placed into this company, then you will keep on struggling to get into other companies, because then recruitment process become tough. XYZ कोई कंपनी का अगर हम नाम लेंगे, अब जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल if I take a name of company, say Yes Technology, है ना? It is an Indore based company, very good company, it's a very high package. Now if 200 students are participating in the recruitment process, they will select only 5 students. So you understand the difficulty in getting the employment, है ना? आप समझ लो ये. फिर day by day your recruitment will become very difficult. So work hard from today, है ना? So that you get into these big companies in the first shot, and the recruitment process is also very simple, very easy.
Sir, there is one more question that if a CTC of another company is greater than the currently placed company, then should we sit in another company or not?
Okay, now you please understand that as a university, our first priority is to get all the students placed. So once you are placed, you will get the next opportunity only when all the students are placed. So don't worry about CTC. First worry about getting placed. And I'll tell you, there are so many students with 10 Cgpa and 10, 12th and BTech, 9.5 Cgpa, 9.8 Cgpa, they are still not placed. So only your Cgpa is not going to help you get placement. You should have good knowledge, you should have good technical skills, your resume should be filled up with a lot of projects that you have done, that carries more importance than only Cgpa. Cgpa is only a ticket to participate in the placement process. then later on it is completely your performance. That's why I'm telling you that you develop your technical skills, you develop your communication skills, uh, you develop your aptitude. Time is available with you, है ना? So
Sir,
as
one
far
more,
as
one
sitting
more
into
question.
second company is concerned, it will come later on after all the students are placed.
So one more question is there by Mansi Shevgaonkar, I guess. Sir, will we be able to update our resume after 15th of Feb?
Yes, बेटा अभी क्या है देखो, see how active you are ना, whatever data you are submitting on 15th of Feb, any data that you want to update after 15th of Feb, you are free to do that. वो नीरज रघुवंशी सर का आपको email ID भी लिखवा दिया, मोबाइल नंबर भी लिखवा दिया है, and you are free to visit to the university whenever you feel like. Whenever you want to discuss anything, you can definitely come to the university, discuss with us, है ना? Don't worry about that. This what exercise we are doing now is preparing you 6 months ahead of your placement process. So if you are like you have to submit your CGPAs also for all the semesters. So maybe now you will be able to submit the CGPA only up to 4 semester. So as soon as you get your result of 5th semester, please update your CGPAs. If you want to update your CVs, if you are doing some projects, if you are adding some technical skills, you keep on updating that. That opportunities will always be available to you. So that, and one more important thing, beta, it is your career. See, it is your career. Now you have to take your career very seriously. So you need to worry about yourself कि मेरा ये काम हो गया, मैंने करेक्ट मोबाइल नंबर दिया है क्या प्लेसमेंट डिपार्टमेंट में, whether I have given the correct email ID, all my informations are correct or not. You have to keep on checking these things, है ना? If you make these mistakes, then maybe some of the drives you will miss, because we don't know whether your email is correct, whether your mobile number is correct or something like that. Don't worry. As far as updating things are concerned, you can always keep on updating your records.
So one more question by Rohit Chaudhary. What can be the minimum CGPA and 10th, 12th percentage to be eligible to sit for all the companies?
Beta, you should only aim for sitting into one company. Don't worry about all companies, because you will work in only one company. You are not going to work in 10 companies, है ना? Normally क्या होता है? Normally बेटे, all companies they have got different eligibility criteria. That eligibility criteria will come to you when the placement like placement mail comes to you about the company. But normally most of the companies 60% throughout is the minimum requirement that they have. Na? Some company may ask for 70% also. Some company ask for 75% also. All those things are there.
And
So,
sir, in continuation, sorry to obstruct you, because this is actually the question of Amit Pandey here as well. He's asking that if the percentage is less than 60, or as per the, so what to do in that case?
then you need to be technically very sound. You need to be technically very sound. You see, you do a lot of projects, improve your technical skills, है ना? और क्या बोलते इंटर्नशिप आप अच्छी कीजिएगा, और कोडिंग प्रोग्रामिंग को बहुत इंप्रूव कीजिएगा. देखो अभी क्या होता है बेटे, I give you an example. InfyTQ ये इन्फोसिस की एक क्या बोलते हैं रिक्रूटमेंट प्रोसेस है. There is no eligibility criteria in this. Everybody can apply in this. First, there is another company which comes to the campus every year, consultant, which gives a package of 8 lakhs. है ना? उसमें भी कोई eligibility criteria नहीं है. There is another company, Systango, which also gives a package of 6 lakhs, 7 lakhs. There is no eligibility criteria. There is another company called Tudik Technology. They also pay you very high salary, 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs, no eligibility criteria. But क्या होता है, जिस कंपनी में एलिजिबिलिटी क्राइटेरिया नहीं है, उसमें एलिजिबिलिटी क्राइटेरिया वाले बच्चे भी बैठते हैं ना, क्योंकि वो प्लेस नहीं है. और फिर पता चला उधर भी एलिजिबिलिटी क्राइटेरिया वाले ही बच्चे प्लेस्ड हो जाते हैं. नाउ कंसल्ट से आई एम गिविंग एन एग्जांपल. Consultant is a company where everybody can sit for the drive. Now what happens? student with 10 CGPA will also sit for the drive, and those students get selected. So you need to work hard. You need to improve your skills so much that if you get a chance to participate in any of these drive, you make sure that you are selected, because the student who do not meet eligibility criteria will get far less number of opportunities as compared to the students who have got who are meeting the eligibility criteria. So you need to be working hard, but don't worry, you will get a placement.
Sir, one more question is there that by anonymous attendee. So should we focus more on data structures or projects? What should be the priority?
क्या हुआ?
Should we focus more on data structures or on our projects? What should be our
both. You should not leave anything out कि ये आएगा कि ये नहीं आएगा. और कोई कंपनी ऐसी नहीं है कि they would focus in particular or they will not focus in particular area. What happens when the interview process happens, that this will be explained in detail by Dr. Gaurav Srivastava when he takes your session. See, whatever you have written in your resumes, you should have very in-depth knowledge of those things. So, and projects is the plus point as compared to academic knowledge, because organization gets a confidence that okay, this student have practically done things, and they will be able to they will be better suited to the organization. Academic knowledge तो ठीक है, academic knowledge तो आ गया, लेकिन practically अगर काम करना नहीं आता है तो you are of no use. That's why I am telling you that students who have scored 10 CGPA throughout 10th, 12th and BTech, they still struggle to get into the company, while students who have got average CGPA, say 6.5, 7 CGPAs throughout, they easily get into the companies because they focus then more on their technical skills, projects and other things. So my suggestion is that you don't leave anything कि ये आएगा और ये नहीं आएगा, but still projects is more important than anything else.
Okay, Jatin, you are asking that Radhika Gupta _ BTech _ CS _ STP. This is the sample heading for CV. This is actually this is very customized.
ये फाइल नेम बता दो ना आप, CV का फाइल नेम.
हाँ जी, this is the PDF
फाइल बनाते हो उसका फाइल नेम है ये.
Right. तो जतिन, आपके हिसाब से आपका जो भी नाम हो, जैसे जतिन मिश्रा _ BTech _ CS _ STP. So that would be the name of your PDF file of CV, right, Jatin?
Any more questions?
Sir, now Muskan is asking that do we have to find internships ourselves or college will help us in finding or providing a good internship?
Beta, you have to do internship in the 8th semester. That means you will be doing your internship, you will be starting in January 2023. So why don't you work hard and get an internship that you are interested in? You have got 1 year. अभी अपने आप को अपनी इतनी कैपेबिलिटी डेवलप करनी पड़ेगी कि you should be able to find out an internship for yourself, the area in which you want to do the internship. बाद में at the end of the day, the college will always help you to get the internship if you fail to get the internship, है ना? Sir, but then whatever internship is available that you have to take up. फिर you don't have a choice के नहीं मेरे को इसमें नहीं करना है, मेरे को जावा में नहीं करना है सर, मेरे को डेटा साइंस में करना है. फिर ऐसा नहीं होता है बेटा, है ना? अभी आपके पास 1 साल है, अभी इसीलिए हम आपकी तैयारी करवा रहे हैं. Whatever questions you have, you ask today so that you are clear. Ultimately this is your career बेटे. इंटरव्यू भी आपको देना पड़ेगा, एग्जाम भी आपको देना पड़ेगा, वाइवा भी आपको फेस करना पड़ेगा. Now it is everything on you. So you start preparing in that way.
So Kishan is asking that if students are preparing for GATE exam, should they sit in the placements or not?
Why not? We permit everybody to sit in the placement process. But if you opt out कि भाई मेरे को आगे पढ़ना ही है, मेरे को placement में जाना ही नहीं है, तो फिर मत बैठना आप. If your objective is to study further, or some students also take up GATEs to go into the government companies, So if you want to do that, then don't sit in the placement.
Sir, one more thing is there that if CGPA is 7 but having one backlog, will it affect the placement?
No, definitely बेटे अभी आपका सब कुछ क्लियर होना चाहिए. अभी ठीक है, अभी अगर आपको पता है कि sixth semester में you are entering and you know that there is a backlog, so by the time you give sixth semester exam, clear all the backlogs. Why you should give an opportunity to the company to ask you कि भाई कैसे backlog आ गया, क्या हो गया? It only indicates that बेटे वो subject में you are weak. That gives a wrong impression that student is weak in a particular subject. So you work upon that. You clear all your backlog by the time your sixth semester result is declared.
Now let me answer one question. What are the tests company conducts during placements? See, it varies from companies to companies. Some companies would like to go for some filtering rounds like group discussion also. Some companies would like to take a written round which might consist of English aptitude, a few areas of quantitative skills, and with technical questions also, which might be, that you may have to make some programs there, right? And your skills on certain languages could be checked in that written technical test out there. So it depends from companies to companies. And after that, you may have to appear for one technical round or even two technical rounds with HR round. तो टेक्निकल टेस्ट जो होते हैं, जो रिटन टेस्ट यूजुअली होते हैं प्लेसमेंट्स में, वो इंग्लिश एप्टीट्यूड के होते हैं, साथ में रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन भी आ सकता है, मैथ्स के एरियाज आते हैं, और आपकी लैंग्वेजेस यानी आपका टेक्निकल डोमेन जो बेसिक टेक्निकल स्किल्स हैं उनका एक कॉम्बिनेशन भी हो सकता है, या इन सबका एक मिक्स बैग एक पेपर हो सकता है. जैसे मान लीजिए 80 क्वेश्चंस हो तो 30 क्वेश्चंस इंग्लिश के हुए, 30 क्वेश्चंस आपके टेक्निकल के हो गए, 20 क्वेश्चंस कॉन्ट के हो गए. ऐसा भी एक मिक्सचर आ सकता है, या अलग अलग सेक्शंस भी आ सकते हैं. राइट.
अच्छा, इसमें एक बात और है बेटे, अभी तुम लोग सीएस के बच्चे हो और अब तुमको स्मार्ट होना चाहिए बेटा. अभी ऐसे बच्चों की तरह सवाल नहीं करने चाहिए. इफ यू गो टू एनी वेबसाइट, है ना, गो टू इंटरनेट और टीसीएस का टेस्ट पैटर्न निकालो, विप्रो का टेस्ट पैटर्न निकालो और इन्फोसिस का निकालो, सब आपको मिल जाएगा उस वहां पे. इवन इंटरव्यूज में किस तरह के क्वेश्चंस आते हैं, दैट आल्सो यू गेट ऑन यूट्यूब कि विप्रो का इंटरव्यू कैसा होता है, इन्फोसिस का कैसा होता है ना. सो become matured and worry about your career, है ना. जब आप अपने करियर की चिंता करोगे कि मेरे को आगे क्या करना है, कैसे मैं आगे बढ़ूंगा, कैसे आगे बढ़ूंगी, है ना. सो यू प्लीज स्टार्ट सर्चिंग फॉर दिस थिंग. इसीलिए मैं आपको जैसे बता रहा था, जैसे इंटर्नशाला है, आप इंटर्नशाला में इंटर्नशिप के लिए जब अप्लाई करोगे तो देयर विल बी एन इंटरव्यू. सो व्हाट हैपेंस, यू आर गेटिंग अ प्रैक्टिस. भले आपका सिलेक्शन ना हो, लेकिन आपको प्रैक्टिस आएगी कि ये इंटरव्यू कैसा हो रहा है और मैं इंटरव्यू क्लियर कर पा रही हूँ कि नहीं कर पा रही हूँ, कर पा रहा हूँ कि नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ. you will start getting practice of that. And one more thing, you after this session is over, then all of you should request your placement coordinators to arrange one more session of Professor Lalit Bhavrela, who is a faculty in EC department. He will guide you how to register for TCS and how to prepare for TCS, what kind of a test happens, what are the different opportunities available in TCS that you can get into TCS ना. जैसे कुछ किस बच्चे ने एलिजिबिलिटी का पूछा था, तो TCS के ऐसे बहुत सारे कॉन्टेस्ट होते हैं जिसमें there is no eligibility requirement, everybody can sit into that. And many of our students who did not meet the eligibility criteria, उनके CGPA 6 से काम थे, 10th और 12th में भी 60% से काम थे. They all got into TCS through all those various options available. That will be discussed in detail by Professor Lalit. You request your placement coordinators to arrange his session. Don't worry about this. You make sure that you are 100% prepared, है ना. आपको सब कुछ आता है, आपका रिज्यूम अच्छा है ना, और टेक्निकल स्किल्स आप अपनी डेवलप कर रहे हो, आप अपनी कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स आप डेवलप कर रहे हो, है ना. इसीलिए ये प्रोसेस बेटे आज हमने स्टार्ट किया है कि हर बार हम ये प्रोसेस जुलाई में स्टार्ट करते हैं, और दिस टाइम वी हैव स्टार्टेड इन जून, सो दैट यू आर 100% thoroughly prepared. उसमें सबसे बड़ी जो रोल है बेटे, सबसे बड़ा रोल है आपको अपनी चिंता करनी है कि मेरी सब चीज मैंने प्रॉपरली रेडी कर रखी है कि नहीं कर रखी है, सो दैट यू आर कॉन्फिडेंट व्हेन यू आर अपियरिंग फॉर योर फर्स्ट ड्राइव. और एक बार फर्स्ट, नॉर्मली फर्स्ट जो प्लेसमेंट प्रोसेस होता है टीसीएस का होता है, तो इफ यू गो वेरी कॉन्फिडेंटली इन दैट फर्स्ट रिक्रूटमेंट प्रोसेस और आप सिलेक्ट हो गए सपोज टीसीएस में, है ना, सो योर वर्क इज डन, फिर आपको कोई चिंता नहीं, देन एंजॉय योर लाइफ. आपको किसी चीज की चिंता करने की जरूरत, चलो आपका काम बन गया, आपकी नौकरी लग गई और टीसीएस जैसी बड़ी कंपनी में आपकी नौकरी लग गई, तो उसके लिए आज से मेहनत करो, सो दैट द लास्ट एंटायर ईयर, अगर आपका सिलेक्शन जुलाई में हो गया, अगस्त में रिजल्ट आ गया, तो अगस्त के बाद एंजॉय करने का है, फिर कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, चलो अपनी नौकरी लग गई, बस खत्म हो गई बात उसके लिए. लेकिन अभी जो 6-7 महीने आपको वो जी जान लगा के मेहनत करनी है आपको. एंड आई नो व्हेन पीपल गेट सिलेक्टेड ना, जब आपका सिलेक्शन हो जाता है तो बच्चे इतने खुश होते हैं कुछ पूछो मत, जैसे कि उनको सब कुछ मिल गया, है ना, दे आर सो हैप्पी. सो जस्ट प्रिपेयर फॉर दैट वन डे.
So last question, we can take one more last question by
Yes.
anonymous attendee. God knows who's anonymous attendee. Question is, I don't know what is the question. Let me understand that. Sir, both service-based companies and product-based companies have different criteria for selection, and it is difficult and much better to get placed in a product-based company. What should be our mindset for that?
Now you are already clear कि प्रोडक्ट बेस्ड कंपनी में ये होता है, सर्विस बेस्ड कंपनी में ये होता है. सो अकॉर्डिंगली प्रिपेयर. यू व्हाट यू डू, यू स्टार्ट सर्चिंग एट द वेबसाइट, ठीक है. दूसरा, यू ऑलरेडी हैव एक्सपीरियंस फैकल्टीज इन योर डिपार्टमेंट, है ना, get in touch with them, get in touch with your class coordinator, get in touch with your placement coordinators, है ना, and take advice from them also. They are expert in subject knowledge. They will be able to help you better than what we can help you out, है ना. First start searching yourself कि किस तरह की skills required होगी. And you are very right कि product based company में different skills are required, service based companies में different skills are required, and maybe some of the students or most of the students, they prefer to work in a product based company, but then again competition becomes difficult. And but keeping all this thing aside, your first target should be to get placed. You should not get confused into this product and service based thing. First take up a placement, पहले नौकरी लगवा लो अपनी, फिर बाद में आगे सोचना कि क्या कर सकते हैं क्या नहीं कर सकते.
So one more thing is asking that if we are preparing for higher education, then will the bond of company can cause us an issue? So in that condition, what will we doing?
See, bete, you need not worry about bond. I don't think you will be able to find any company who doesn't have a bond. Every company will have a bond. देखिए जैसे आपके दिमाग में विचार आया ना बेटे कि हम कंपनी ज्वाइन कर ले और बॉन्ड नहीं होता, हम जब मर्जी पड़े तब वहां से भाग जाए, है ना. चालाकी अभी से आप दिमाग में बच्चे सोचने लग जाते हैं. तो कंपनी ऑल्सो हैज टू बी स्मार्ट कि वंस we spend so much of money, time, energy in recruiting you, then you should not run away. So, but do not worry about bond. See, bond is not a problem at all. And whenever you will receive an email about recruitment process, all details will be given in that email. कि bond है, कि क्या नहीं है, अच्छी तरह से पढ़ लो. आपको अच्छा नहीं लगता है, आपको लगता है कि नहीं बॉन्ड ज्यादा ये है वो है, मत बैठो उसमें, कोई बात नहीं. You make a choice. But you will not find any company without a bond. And you need not worry about bond also, because that company is giving you an opportunity. You don't have any knowledge, you don't have any experience. And if some company is giving you an opportunity to work, there is nothing, you lose nothing by working for a company for a year or maybe for 2 years. You should at least, from your side, at least this much commitment should be there toward the company. Otherwise, why a company should recruit you when from your side there is no commitment? You want to be free to leave anytime you want. Why the company should recruit such students? No, they should not recruit.
Right, sir. We'll wind up here then.
Okay, okay, ठीक है.
Okay. Thank you so much, friends. Thanks a lot. Happy preparing. God bless you all. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Thank you, Mayank sir. Thank you, Saurabh sir.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
आलोक सर.
हाँ सर, बंद कर दूं, एंड कर दूं.
हाँ हाँ सर, एंड कर दीजिए.